It's electric.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Electro, Assaulting Battery, or Bayo, Irritable, Instructor. This is a mono-red storm deck that is looking to bank mana off of Bayo or possibly Ashling, and then spend that mana to cast tons of spells in a turn. And you can even refund some of your mana casting instants and sorceries to build up the number of spells cast and finish your opponent off. This deck is a cool way to play with cards that care about casting lots of instants and sorceries, whether you're just making a couple tokens or buffing up a single creature, or making tons of different creatures. You have different ways to finish out the game, and lots of cool other ways to benefit from storming off. A classic similar commander is Burgi, God of Storytelling, and there's also similarly Urabrask, who's kind of like a board wipe that lets you recast from the graveyard. You also have other ways to recast from the graveyard, using cards like, I know where it is here. Underworld Breach. I had to remember the alphabet. I was like, B is for Breach. Where's the U? It's right here. Underworld Breach, recasting all those cards, and of course, recasting them with an overloaded Mizzix Mastery. All of these are ways to generate tons of damage, pinging your opponent, attacking them down, and of course, casting lots of cheap cantrips, cards that replace themselves. And with this as your commander, you also have the separate option of banking up your mana, waiting until your commander is exiled, bounced, or killed, and then paying X mana to burn your opponent's face. So let's take Bayo, or Electro, into the queue and see if we can cause an electric mayhem. Omnath, Locus of the Royal. Omnath is going to be dealing damage when it enters based on a number of elementals and eventually drawing cards, but always getting a bigger elemental when lands enter play. This is one of those cards that's just good. It's good because landfall is strong, it's consistent, and it gives you access to more colors than, say, just Tatiova. I do love holding onto a Mizzix Mastery. So I'm going to Chrome Mox, drop the Pirate's Landing, play a turn 1 Emberheart Challenger. Hello, Standard. How you doing? Birds of Paradise. I have no removal for it. Oh, I do have removal for it now. Do I feel like killing it? Thought about doing Anger on this to get the Impulse draw. I'm gonna let you have Birds of Paradise. This might be a mistake, but I'd really love to actually have my commander out early enough that it's not countered, because Omnath has access to counter spells, has access to burn, has access to all of it. I did not Chain Lightning the bird. Oh, Might of the Meek. That's like designed for you, Emberheart Challenger. Bank of mana. A Rendezvous. I think I'll actually drop the land. I know, it's like, ooh, but more mana. Doesn't matter. Play this. I could save this for another turn to get another impulse draw. And this is not red mana, so I can't bank it with Bayo. Tireless Provision are going to get landfall, making food or treasures, usually treasures. That's even more boltable than a bird. It's okay, I can recast from graveyard. Two mana up. A lead with Ancestral Anger. Get angry. Put a card in exile. Impulse draw. Ooh, Flare of Duplication. Do I want to just cast that straight up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not yet. I know what I want to copy. Ooh, Party Thrasher. Actually, wait, that kind of pays for itself. Party Thrasher. big score. Gonna drop the Warlord's Fury. Get the mana. I have a plan here. It's a fun one. I had to put full control mode on here. Oh, wait. Cyclonic Rift on Bayo. Okay. I'm going for the Convoke here so it floats the extra mana. Teehee. Give me treasures. They're just bouncing him back into hand so I can play him again. It means the Emberheart Challenger's not going to get in the big swing here. Would I like to pay? No. I'm going to take off full control mode. Ooh, Swift Spear's teachings. Yeah. Ayo, it's Bayo. Got Prowess and Haste. I'm gonna give you a fish. Because I know you want a fish. We all want fish. Keep discarding, keep drawing. I love how big she is, just like, yeah, let me at him. I drew removal for Tireless Revisioner, so I'm just gonna use that. And swing 4/6 in the air. That felt really good. When I next cast an instant or sorcery, I'll get to do 2 damage to a creature or planeswalker. That was their first blood. They're going to gain a life, get 2 +1/+1 counters, and get another land in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this is going to be slick. I'm going to just tap the Party Thrasher. Take out a blocker. And we have lethal off just 1 more spell cast, and we've got plenty to choose from. GG on that. Raphellos, Lena War Emissary. I may be going first and have a way to trigger an early Corey Steel Cutter here, but what I need against Raphellos is removal, because he taps for so much mana. No removal. There's one. All right, we keep this. I'm going to throw back a land because I've got some nice, fast cards here, like Ragavan. Raphellos taps for mana based on the number of forests you have, which means, oh my god, the amount of mana he makes is crazy. I will offer them a trade. Ragavan for Llanowar Elves. And I will actually give Ragavan Trample just so I get the card off the top. What do you got? Fenrir. Okay, that's cool. Pass a turn. Raphellos is now in play. And Raphellos is dead. This is an important part. Like, I will take losing out on cards in hand in order to take out Raphellos, because I feel like that's what you have to do. No, I missed a land drop here. I could have dug for lands using Light Up the Stage, Ancestral Anger, Crash Through, but I'd rather save it, and ooh, they accelerated their mana with the Tome. I'd rather save it and try to go do what my deck does. I'm going to start by just attacking and using Light Up the Stage for the discount. We bank a mana. There's a Chandra and a Screaming Nemesis. That is not what I crave. Crash Through. There's a land at the very least, and I can use that for Screaming Nemesis. Alternately, I could have done a Pyromancer, Ancestral Anger, really just like filling up the graveyard for potential breach. So they have so much mana here. Between Raphellos, the Tomb, all the lands, Traveling Chocobo is going to double up some landfalls. They can even gain some life, which they're going to want to do because they know I can deal a lot of damage. I'll bring out Chandra. I can kill Raphellos, not that it does much, or I could use the plus abilities here. I am going to go for Kill Raphellos, everybody's favorite sport in the old Sportatorium here. And leave both of these behind. This Irritable card seems quite good. Yeah, it is. Silly good. I'm hoping that the threat of Screaming Nemesis might keep them back. They could either get a land, gain the life. They're looking for land. They did find one. They're now at 8 land-based mana here. Thank you, Screaming Nemesis, for being a problem. I'll play Young Pyromancer. Ancestral Anger. Bayo. Making some chumpy blockers. Some wee chumples. Ooh. I don't really feel I want to use Breach yet. Because I don't quite have the win off it. So I'm going to save this. I'll just tap that. End of turn. Underworld Breach is a way for me to win all in one turn. It is a way for me to continuously recast from the graveyard. With the number of like discard and draw cards I have, it can also add up to quite a bit. If I wanted to try it that turn, I would have needed some other damage dealer to really justify it. All right, they're going on a fetch quest. They're going to mill 7. Great mana sink there, and they can grab one of these creatures. Now, Vorinclex, that's a lot of value. This is going to kill me across just a few turns, though. They went for Loot. Ooh, Loot's gonna kind of let them do that again. That's nice. Mox Amber. Mana. Breach. Okay. I'm just reading through which ones we got right now. I'm going to drop the Light Up the Stage, Ragavan. Nah. Mylamik, Play with Fire, Ragavan. Okay. Okay, that's a land. Discarding that Chrome Mox. Classy. Post-combat slit shot. Alright, I can recast now again. I will go for Light Up the Stage. Oh, it's not letting me do the Escape for the Spectacle. Okay, in that case, I'll go for Crash Through. No, I have enough mana for it. I would like the Impulse Draw. We'll see what I get out of it. 1 ring and a mountain. I'll take that 1 ring. I'll draw ya. Not the most explosive Underworld Breach turn, but also not bad. I have protection next turn. Chandra doesn't have protection, but I have these elemental tokens. Ramble Familiar returns. They can gain more life. They can get more lands. They're going for life gain. Yeah, you can only do 1 alternate casting cost there. Exploration allows them to play additional lands. This is also gaining them life. Which, how dare you? I don't think the attack is really worth it here. Okay, there's just like, whatever. I will chump block. I'll lose a little life. Play this extra land we have. I don't need to use this to give it haste. It naturally has haste. First strike. A thrill. Mizzix Mastery can recast Thrill or Fury right now. I think I'm more likely to hold it and use Burgie for a potential win next turn. And I'm not using Arena of Glory here. Because I'm not going for the win this turn. Burgie's mana is going to stack up with Bayo, and I can hold on to it. They work very nicely together. What's the silliest amount of mana I've been able to store up today? Not that much. In a few hours of testing Bayo, it is actually very unusual for him to live more than a turn or two. And I think the only reason he's living here is because they're kind of built more glass cannon, why interact when I can do my own thing? You have a bunch of non-forests here. At least this is a forest. Territory color. Got them a critter. Sorry, Wary Zone Guard, which gets them more mana. Ice Till, which is going to let them recur and recast. Or replay. Yeah, mono green, ignore the opponent and play card. Mono green, I had removal for Raphellos twice, and that is the only thing that has kept me in this. I had to hard mulligan for that. Yeah, typically Breach is a lot better if I have a bunch of like the discard and draw, Thrill of Possibilities first. Faithless Lootings, cards like that. So they have something with Reach now, which means I can't just freely smack in the air. Let's put moderately more effort in. Oh no. So they can play 3 additional lands this turn because of Ice Till Exploration Loot. That sounds right. Strip Mine spotted. That's a problem for me because I need 8 mana to do my thing, and I only have 1 mana banked. Portal. Schmortal, Bortle. More things in graveyard, more things in graveyard. Okay, I see a Paw Patch. Spring Heart on something like Vaultborn could be really bad for me, or even on Ice Till. Yeah, they're getting double landfall triggers because of Traveling Chocobo, which is double milling them. They only have 45 cards left in the deck. Okay, that's a lot of triggers. It only gets them 1 land, but they do still get the doubled landfalls, which is good for the territory color because it's what's putting these creatures in a hand. What kind of counterplay could be printed for landfall decks? Something like Confounding Conundrum, but in different colors. Red also could get red and white could get land equalizers that are like, we now have the same number of lands. They have creatures in hand. Yeah, and they're back up to 23 life. Yeah, reprint actual balance type cards. Actual factual balance. I don't think it would be the worst design idea. But probably not the card called balance, because it's it brings up bad memories. Okay. Let's do it. I can draw more off of Chandra. Maybe I should have done One Ring Chandra first, see if I get anything cheap to do. Alright, let's do this. Thrill, discard Sokenzan. Warlord's Fury. Do it. Light up the stage. Put some cards in exile. There's about to be a lot of triggers. A lot of mana here. Okay, return the favor. I will double my throw of possibility. I could have also doubled one of these triggers if I had timed it better, but I didn't. That's on me. Okay, lots of cards in hand. We're storming. We're storming. I'm storming. This has first strike. No trample yet. Yeah, this doesn't give trample anymore. Does this give trample? No, +2/+0 though. Crackle. Crackle currently not generating enough mana. I will draw off one ring. Okay, big score, absolutely. Dropping a land. One mana for 3 mana. Blast at face. It's going to put cards in exile on this next cast. Alright, so we got a Party Thrasher. It would help with other cards being put into exile, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Sazakap's Brew. I will gift a tapped fish. Target myself. Give the buff to Bayo. Discarding this. Okay, increasing vengeance. I actually have something pretty good I can do off that, which is bolting, doubling it, and then swinging in for lethal in the air. It took me a little bit of digging, but I found the way out. GG. Grist is the bug that makes more bugs. It's an insect anywhere except for the battlefield, and it's able to sacrifice creatures to destroy creatures. It does a little self-milling as it makes those insects, and eventually can make you lose a lot of life if their graveyard is full of critters. I have a nice turn 1 Dragon Rage Channeler, a little bit of removal, Flare of Duplication, which usually is being used in a very strange way of I'm sacrificing my commander in order to get the damage. It's good damage. Or just copy more spells. Hi, Grist. They had to do another mulligan. I wonder if they were looking for, like, direct removal for Bayo. Aww, Fatal Push. I mean, I could use Flare Duplication, but there's nothing else for me to hit there. Darn. Polluted Delta. Going to grab probably either a dual land. That's the Surveil or the Shock land. Looks like it's a Shock. Okay, so they have green, they have black, and there's Llanowar Elves, so I'm gonna kill that. Always bolt the bird. A tried and true philosophy. I technically wait until end step, but I'm impatient. You all know this about me. Here's Bayo. Hey. He's just a Strixhaven professor who's, I don't know, real rude about his classes. Somebody was saying he looks like he might be like a gym teacher that's like chasing everybody in Lorehold around on his giant flaming scroll. Yeah, that's why he's a villain. Honestly, the villain and hero type lines make so little sense outside of that set. No! Aww. Boo. Birthing Ritual lets them pot up. The protection means little here. I'm just setting this up for a card draw to help me storm. They're going to be really good at removing things from my battlefield, so I probably won't want to commit things until I'm absolutely sure. Oh, strip mine! Gonna hit that den? That's rough. Hope you can't bring it back. If there's a 1-drop in their top 7, they could swap this for a 1-drop. It's good. Hate. Or ramp. Kind of both. Start with a 1 ring. Yeah, I don't think Crackle's gonna be it, especially with me down a land. See what we got here. Magmatic, Mox, and Emberheart. I'll go with the Mox, because I can't afford the, can't afford this. It'll give me more mana when I do get this out. Ooh, but then again, like, doing the Insight does fill up the graveyard more. Yeah, going for the Mox Amber. Yeah, I'm gonna hit their card with Might of the Meek. Yeah, this is a very fixed birthing pod type card. Fun fact, there's actually a card in the new League of Legends card game. I think it's called Baited Hook. It's really similar to Birthing Ritual. It's not exactly the same. It has to do with like power versus mana value. But it's similar enough. It's really cool. It's another like pod that checks the top cards of the deck to give you a little less control. You're not just tutoring out of your library. Ooh, there's a Barragoyf in the graveyard. So far, 3 creatures. That's right, Shaman. You're gonna gain them some life back? You want to exile Critter out of my grave? The Dragon's Rage Channeler? Now they're hitting the land to get an extra mana here. That puts them at 5 mana. Endurance. Oh no, don't hit my graveyard! I need that for recasting. Oh! I think they kept my graveyard because of Deathrite Shaman. Like, oh, I can deal damage to them with eating the instants and sorceries. One of the best ways I have to storm is Mizzix's Mastery and Underworld Breach. Okay, cool. I hate that there's a League game that's not Runeterra. I miss Runeterra. Okay, so I have another 1-drop. It's the Goose! They could pay 2 life to gain 3 life. You want to, right? I'm drawing. I am actually going to just throw down the Screaming Nemesis to yeet it at Grist. Come here. Don't you want to block? They're gonna give up the Goose? And if they try to gain life through any means, I want to Spike Field Hazard this to hit them in the face. Yeah, eat it. Eat it. You know you wanna. Eat the food! Are they gonna sacrifice birds? Okay, one sec. I'm going to try to make it so if they want to do this, they'll have to sacrifice Deathrite Shaman or Endurance instead to get rid of Screaming Nemesis. If they cast an interesting spell, I can even copying it by sacrificing this. Bird gone. Do you want to sacrifice? Okay, they're going to sacrifice to get rid of the Screaming Nemesis. It's gone. Yeah, I've played some Riftbound. It's fun. Takanuma? They're paying a lot of life for that one. And who do you bring back? Ooh, that's a Weary Zone Guard. I was going to say Barrow-Geif would be my choice. But I'm also, like, very greedy. And it is life-linking, though. Do you want to sacrifice it? Do you have anything? Anything that costs 4 or less in the top 7? Probably. Dang, I can't expedite that and have you here. Let me draw. Ooh. Gonna grab that. And this. It's not a mouse. Who cares? The point is that it's gonna draw a card. It's going to increase the storm count. And that lets me take out Grist. It's asking if I want to copy. Copy like the original Grape Shot. No, but it is tempting. With them kind of missing mana, like they strip mined me, they chose to do that. And it cut them off from like mana that doesn't hurt. Weary Zone Guard is going to bring back a land. They can choose to get just some good colored mana, something with abilities, a fetch land, or of course, strip mine again. Ooh, and a Spring Heart Nantuko. Gonna give them a landfall. They'll be making little bugs, but they can start cloning next turn. Are you sure? Okay. I hope you attack me with Endurance, because I am going to kill you if you do. Come at me, dog. Got 8 life left. I wish they would just get Strip Mine out of this format. Like, I get it. You're a Golgari deck. You're good at bringing things back. I lose some life. Gonna double up this Warlord's Fury. Okay. I'm trying to decide how I want to approach the hit here. Because I can do X equals 5, killing her. But it doesn't kill them. I thought I had one more from that. But no, because right, I got strip mined. I was like, where's the other mana? It got strip mined. Nah, I'm taking these out. Out of here. I don't want them cloning that. I can Spike Field, Expedite, or Fury. I'm gonna hit that Spring Heart Nantuko. No clones. No clones about it. Can you sacrifice tokens with mana value? Ooh, they can. That's a land. You can play Grist. Ooh, and they opted to pay life rather than using a card from their graveyard. They could minus, killing the Dreadhorde Arcanist, then I have an easy slick shot show off to the face. They're eyeing their graveyard. Yeah, honestly, this has done the most damage this game. But, like, they wouldn't have had to use it as much if they didn't strip mine me twice. But they did. All right, bird. I'm going to turn the red bird redder. I'm going to copy this spell like 3 times on the stack, and I'm going to win. GG. Tifa Lockhart. She's going to be doubling her power with each landfall. I have some mana acceleration. Honestly, too many lands in this hand. Doesn't matter. Still going to keep it. And because Young Pyromancer and his army of 1/1s are not very good against exponentially huge Tifa, I think I'm going to drop him, but keep this cantrip. Now, I technically should Pirate's Landing first. Gonna save that one. And then maybe Bayo can bank enough mana for me. Ooh, I'm actually gonna go for the Quarry Steel into the Fury over playing Bayo this turn. Quarry Steel Cutter is slightly nerfed in this format. You're gonna notice no trample there. The equipping part is a little bit worse then. Still gives haste though. Do you want me to call him Bayo or Electro, chat? I can call him either. I've been mostly calling him Bayo though, but it is Electro. Like, that's what the card is. Ayo, it's Bayo. I will discard a land, so I have a second spell cast this turn. Quarry Steel Cutter's gonna scooch on over onto another card here. Yes, please. Thank you. And I'll sit here and chill. Yeah, Ethel in chat's like, I'm just sad it's not Bayonetta. Ugh, I know. No giant hair. No crazy heels. Besides, I think Bayonetta would be like a black or an Orzhov card, not a mono red card. I guess she could pull off Rakdos. She's worth it. Fuelfang Feaster discounted a creature in their hand, and Tifa is now in play, able to be protected, but she doesn't have haste. Oh, they're gonna throw her from the saddle? Okay. I will pay 1, because that 1 mana is gonna go away otherwise. Pew! Why can't I target myself with that? Oh, they tapped out! We're going to Ren's Resolve first. Who knows, I might get a land or something. Jackie, thank you for the sub. Okay. I'm killing Tifa. And I want to undo some of that ramp. Fuel Tank Feaster, would you care to be bolted? This person did not have a crazy fast start for a Tifa deck. Oftentimes Tifa is like mana on turn 1. Your Chrome Moxes, your Llanowar Elves, your Halflings, anything along those lines. Into early Tifas and protection, into lots and lots of sacrifice. But it looks like we're going to be playing this out like a pre-ban standard and winning with the cutter. GG. Diadrain Synthesis Amalgam. Diadrain is a +1/+1 counter stack. Allows you to remove counters in order to draw a card and make a robot. Beep boop. It also scales based on the amount of mana cast on it. By the way, I'm going to use this Crasher here to look for a land. Okay, awesome. Which is really great because as your commander, that means even if it has a super high mana tax, you're still getting the counters from spending that extra mana. It's Immutable Pupa. It's got Evolve and then like Super Evolve. The Super Evolve being that it also gets abilities on it. I like this card. I've been putting it in a bunch of decks. Hushword Verge. They could cast this for X equals 2, then remove 2 counters and get the card draw. Or X equals 0, I guess. Making it into a 2-3. Yeah, do it! Robot time? Nice. Yeah, this robot's so cute. I will play Burgie before Bayo, because it is a better blocker on the battlefield. Let me ask if I choose different full art basics for different styles of decks. No, I just stick with this because it's easier. I also love this art. The Magali stained glass lands are really nice. Ooh, hardened scales. That is going to put additional +1/+1 counters on these cards. Erdnan! Who wants a counter? Dang, Pupa's getting swole over here. This is also, I believe, going to get double strike. Yeah. Oh, out of counters. I take 6. Ow. Oof. Bringing out my commander. I'm not going to give him haste. Ancestral Anger. Sure. Put on Bayo. I'm not planning on attacking this turn anyway. Extra mana, please. Let's see what I draw. Storm Splitter. Cool card, but not what I wanted. I will tap my mountain and pass the turn. Loading Zone is going to double the +1/+1 counters until end of turn. It's kind of cool, though, because they warped out so they could do it temporarily, but for just 1 mana. That's so good. Rishkar, they can put 2 counters on 2 creatures. Oh, 4 because of Hardened Scale. So they did +1 for... So it's 1 +1 and then doubled. Gross. I'm going to chump block the 6/6 and take 14. All right, I got to get there this turn. I believe in myself, which is often a mistake. Do I want to go for Storm Splitter into Windfall? Yeah, let's do it. That'll just get me 1 mana refunded. Windfall, dropping the mountain. Sure. Chandra. Gonna get me 1 mana back from Burgie. Only for instants and sorceries. I can deal 4 damage to target creature. Erdnan. It's not gonna be enough. I could also go for the Impulse Draw. It's not gonna be enough. I have to block next turn. I can swing with this because it's gonna go away. But I need to block next turn and survive it. Somehow. I'm not even sure if I can. I'll find a way! An Ozolith. More counters on the Pupa because it has Trample, thanks to Diadrain having Trample. They're swinging with those 2. Are you going to remove counters? No counters being removed. That's rough. That's going to take out everything. But I'm alive! Sure, I'll pay the 1 because I have 1 mana just floating about.
Die.
What do I got? Mizzix Mastery. I can't overload it. Dropping the Mox. And it doesn't matter. That is game! GG Diadrain. And honestly, Mutable Pupa, MVP. Love this card. Just please attack me. Okay, they're not attacking me, so I'm going to leave. Goodbye, Diadrain. Jeru and Hazoret. I actually ran into one of these earlier today when I was recording a different Brawl episode with Effie. Jeru and Hazoret swings in and gets you free casts of legendary creatures from the top of your deck. I've got, I got enough here. I got mountains. Behold, a mountain! Holding this Play with Fire to hit, I don't know, Ragavan or whatever else they might swing in with. There's a lot of, like, cheap, good legendary creatures in these colors. They can also cast colorless ones, like the Eldrazi for free. Okay, could use that Play with Fire in order to scry. Instead, I'm going to use it right here to scry. See what's on top. Ooh, Mox Amber. I'm actually going to immediately use this light up the stage. Am I about to get tithed? Nope. Elegant Parlor. Neat. They put a Grand Abolisher away. Hey, that's not legendary. It is a useful card, though. And I'll play this Mox Amber. I could also save it for next turn. Signet. Sweet. And a Mother of Runes. That's the kind of critter that would be blastable, but I just used up my removal getting that scry to enable that turn there. Do I feel like going for another? Yeah, I will. Good old 1-mana cantrips. I only have 1, like, mana banker, though. I don't have Burgee out. I don't have Urabrask. I might be discarding a lot of cards. No! Skyclave Apparition. Gonna take out my commander. And since that is a permanent exile, I will return it to the command zone. Yeah, I'll pay 1. I can't use the mana for anything else. I think it's 3 to specialize Ambergris. It is. So sadly, can't do it this turn. I have too many lands. But I don't want to get the discard yet. I'm going to use up a little bit more. Elite Spellbinder is going to be very disappointed by what he sees. This really doesn't feel like a Jeru and Hazoret deck. They've cast no legendary creatures. This makes sense. This is just good and white. But what's this doing here? This feels like a Blink deck. Defense Grid. Yeah, you very much hate counterspells. I'm picking up on that. Oh, cool. Ragavan. It's a good monkey. Specializing into red, the only color I can specialize into. Make monkey go fast. Hold up. Make monkey go fast. They'll get a free block on one of these, but not both of them. Go get them, kids! I was hoping for instant speed removal. Taking out Ambergris, but Ragavan gets in a hit. And I exiled a whole load of nothing. So I'll grab the prize, dropping this mountain. Finding a Molten Impact after. Now, this is not very helpful here because they already have Mother of Runes untapped again. Would you like to use up your hand and go for Jarun Hazaret? No haste, too many cards in hand. Swinging in for 3. Bayo. And the world's weeest monkey. Trying to decide if I want to hold this or not. We'll pay 3. And then tap it. And then tap it. Ugh, it doesn't hold priority. It's so silly. Put the stop in the Ren step. Okay, a face breaker. Gives them an impulse draw. Aaron Hazaret swings in. They're going to look at the top cards of their deck, and they did find a legend. They found Inti. Congratulations on the treasure. Congratulations on the free Inti. And they're going for another impulse draw here, finding a plains. I will tap my land and go to the next turn. Coruscation Mage, I am going to have come with its little bud, its little friend. I will cast the Molten Impact, but I already know they will use it to protect. But the reason I'm doing this first is because Romantic Rendezvous is different from Thrill of Possibility and Tormented Voice and all of those cards, because if you don't have another card in hand, you can still cast it and you still get to draw too. Good old Spider-Man. All right. And who doesn't have protection here? Wait, they gave the protection to Jeru and Hazaret? Oh, okay. I should hit, like, into your Facebreaker then. Actually, maybe even Spellbinder because it's in the air. Maybe Facebreaker just because it's the only thing that could block the monkey. I'll swing in and chill. Hope that they don't get, like, Emrakul or whatever off this. Verlax allows them to reanimate Elite Spellbinder, Mother of Runes, Grand Abolisher. And they're going to exile this from my hand. It will cost 6 on my turn. It currently costs more than that. That's because of Defense Grid. That's 9 mana. It's fine. What do you hit, Jarun Hazaret? I'm more worried about this. Ooh, wait. Are they going to go for a potential lethal swing here? If they use Inti's ability, I am forced to block. Oh, there was a Kozilek on top. See, I'm glad they didn't get that. Oh, that's an Ulamog, though. Block. Cool. Free Ulamog. And an Esper Sentinel to boot. No, I should have blocked a Ragavan instead. I was more likely to win off Coruscation Mage. Yep, 4 counters at a Zac race, 4 permanents. You know what? I will, in fact, start with the... Hey, do you want to block my commander? Come on, you know you wanna. I don't think they read the card. And just, like, double check. Yeah, they realized after. I have 8 mana. So I just pay 8 and kill them. Learning experiences for everyone. Corvold, Fakehurst King. Going to be sacrificing permanents to draw cards and get +1/+1 counters, making for a terrifying swing in the air, and also just a ton of value as you sacrifice things. I've got some removal I can use here. Play with Fire. Could take out, say, a Birds of Paradise or similar. And we see as they sacrifice a permanent. Yeah, that's fine. Corvold's not out here yet. Nor Mayhem Devil or any of the other things that gets rewarded for sacrifices. There's actually a new card coming out in like 6 months that we saw from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that grows whenever any permanent leaves the battlefield, which is kind of cool. I'll just leave these here. Hopefully I can just play Bayo, and I have sorcery speed removal only here, but that's fine. I'd rather save these spells until there's a proper target. Proper target like this squirrel, which grows as they sacrifice things. Yeah, I think it's Super Shredder is the card I'm thinking of. So now when I cast another instant or sorcery, I'll get to deal 3 damage to a creature. Okay, that's not enough to kill you. They mill the land, they get this. That's okay. I could still Chain Lightning. Ooh, or I could just kill Birds of Paradise. Always bolt the bird. A good philosophy. Ayo. Bayo. Crashing through. And dealing 3 to the Birds of Paradise. I get the refund of 1 mana. Woo! Ashling! This is actually the first game I think Ashling has showed up in since I started recording. Nice. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hope it's a good set. I'm a little worried because it's going to be a small set, and that makes me think it's going to be a bad draft environment. But, like, I don't know. I like Turtles. My favorite's Donatello. But I think Mikey and I could hang. Oh, wow. Straight up, X equals 3, taken out Bayo. And I will pay 1 since I have 1 extra mana hanging around. Pew pew! Haha, ka-chunk. Behold, Ashling. I'm trying to decide if I want to use the Chain Lightning. Yeah, I do. I'm going to hit their face with Chain Lightning, discarding Cavern of Souls. This is going to give me a loot every time I cast an instant or sorcery, or copy an instant or sorcery. And if I cast 2 in a turn, I deal 2 damage to them and their creatures. And if I do 3 instants or sorceries in a turn, I get 4 mana. So I can keep going. And also bank it with Bayo. This also banks mana, which, nice. That's really great when you have a Mizzix Mastery, because it needs a lot of mana. Here's Corvold. Ooh, gonna eat Meat Hook Massacre. I thought they would have eaten blood. I guess that can sacrifice itself, though. Get 2 triggers, which would be enough to kill 1 of their things. I flashback Molten Impact. No, I think I'd rather wait a turn, even though it's kind of risky because of how strong Corvold is. I gotta make sure I put the end step stop, because otherwise it will not let me bank that mana. And I need that 1 mana for the overloaded Mizzix Mastery! Not that the game understands that. Please let my creatures hang. Chatterfang! A part of an infinite combo, or 2. And also a really good squirrel that makes more squirrels as they make more tokens. Izoni's gonna make a bunch of tokens. 2 of them, right? Bug-a-bug? Bug. I guess you have to collect evidence, but like... Oh no! The evidence! It's been collected! So because they have a Chatterfang out, they will also make 2 squirrels on top of 2 spiders. Corvold swings in, has to sacrifice a permanent. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Insect Token. Goodbye, insect token. And they draw a card, and Corvold is now up to 7 power. Ow. Tatterfang can sacrifice 3 squirrels if it includes itself to kill Bayo. I don't think they would, though. That's not to say they won't. Actually, it looks like they're going to. It's okay, Aisling. You can do this on your own. I will not be paying the 1 here, because Aisling also lets me bank mana. Tap. Overload. No, not a May ability. Have to do it. Alright. Molten Impact, Crash Through, Chain Lightning. I'm trying to decide how much I want to direct to face. I think I can kill Corvold if I put everything here. Let's see, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not enough to kill them. Ooh, yeah, maybe I should have been putting the damage on those. That's okay. I'm just putting everything on Corvold. Take this guy out. I think I needed all the spells on there. Cool. We're looting, scooting. Ooh. Will this work? It totally does. Oh, that's rad. All right, play with fire, taking out a blocker. Is that chain lightning? Hit you face. I cannot tell which one of these this is. What? I think the display is broken, so, I'll just hit face. Gosh, imagine if this was here. Why not do this before attack? Do what? Yeah, I don't know if this was lethal or not because I couldn't tell what spells each thing was. I think it might be lethal. Okay, not quite. Neat. They're at 1. If I could have told what spells were on the stack, I think I had lethal. But as you saw, there's some weird visual glitch with me using display of power to copy the copied spells. Oh, you're asking why the opponent didn't sacrifice before attack with the dragon to deal more damage? I'm going to give you a solid guess of they wanted to see what they would draw. Icky Wellspring. We'll draw them a card when it enters and again when it leaves. So if I can cast 2 instants or sorceries, Aisling will just blast them. I could also just, like, plus on Chandra. Okay, well, Aisling is dead. Long live the queen. My 1 mana will go away. Fanatical Ronus. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna do the Chandra plus and that'll kill them. Ready? Lady. Lady? Use look at top card. It's super effective. Good game, Corvold. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing another Spider-Man or a Through the Omen Paths commander get a deck built. And it's Mono Red Storm. Not my favorite Mono Red Storm commander, but still very fun. The combination of getting mana and banking mana, very similar to Ashling, is really neat at 3 mana. But I find that Bayo suffers from the removal-heavy nature of the queue, which means that against decks that aren't super removal-heavy, this deck has the potential to go off like crazy. I think that Mono Red Storm is a very fun deck to build if you like slinging spells and setting up for the perfect turn. I'm not somebody who's super patient and good at managing their resources, so I'm probably not the best pilot or builder for this deck, but I still had a good time. I find that Bayo's #1 limiting factor is that he only triggers on instants and sorceries, without having a payoff built in that's quite as strong as Urabrask's, and without having the ability to get more like Burgee and Ashling, but still a cool commander. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video, and if you would like to suggest another Spider-Man commander for me to brew, please do in the comments. There's plenty of them because the deck is like 80% legendary creatures, or at least it feels like it, so there's still plenty more for me to build. I'm thinking maybe we can get Craven with Craven. It's what I'm craving. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.